Right, how to prepare and cook a pheasant, part 2. In part 1 you saw me prepare the bird, break it down, bone it out into these breasts here and the legs, and as this is part 2 we're going to do a dish with the breasts. We're going to do a kind of a stroganoff kind of a dish, so I just want to spin you round the ingredients. I've got some pheasant breasts, some parsley, butter, lemon juice, 2 garlic cloves chopped, a shallot chopped, some mustard, some cream. I'm going to use a couple of anchovy fillets, a gherkin, some pimenton, cayenne, some capers, some seasoning and some nice wine. I mean, it has a bit of bad press, pheasant, you know, because a lot of it gets shot and a lot of people don't eat it because they think it's going to be strong tasting, gamey, dry, stringy, but that's, you know, it's not like that at all. You cook it like this, it's going to be moist and tasty. I don't hang my pheasants, no more than 2 days if I do. You know, I like it as it is, you know, I don't want to build up that gamey flavour. I think it's a bit of an old school thing to do. So what we're going to do quickly, I'll get on this, get that butter in the pan. I'm just going to take 2 of these breasts, I'm going to cut it into strips. And once that butter starts browning, you can start frying this off. Get that nice brown nutty flavour out of that oil, out of that butter, burn noisette. So I'll just put that into strips, wait until that gets up to heat, and then we'll fry those off. Right, that butter's fantastic now, smells nutty, brown. So I'm just going to lay in my pheasant, not too much, don't want to take the heat out of the pan, do it in 2 batches. And all we're going to do is colour that until it's nice and golden. Shouldn't take long on this. So I'm just frying off that second batch. What I've done, I've took the first batch out, put it on a plate, and that will help with the cooking, that will make it tender. So we're basically part cooking it, and then the rest of it, when we've made up the sauce, we'll go in there and it will just gently tick over, and it'll be fantastic. So I'll drain those off, and we'll get on, and we'll make that sauce. There's my pheasants. So into this butter, put in my shallots, 1 shallot chopped, 2 cloves of garlic. Turn the heat down, we're just going to soften those up gently. Won't take long because they're nicely finely diced. While I open up the wine. Now the question is it too early to have a cheeky little sip? I mean, the sun must be going over the yard arm in some part of this distant empire of ours. What's that? There's only a sniff. Oh, it doesn't really matter. We'll have one anyway. Ooh, lovely. Right, let's soften it. So into that, I'm going to add my gherkin. Basically this is like a salsa verde type, you know, sauce. It's got the same components as if you were going to do a salsa verde, and this is a great way of cooking this pheasant. It takes minutes. So there's my gherkin in. We'll take a couple of anchovy fillets. Come here, you little creatures. Just give them a quick flip through with a knife into the pan, building up the flavours. Lovely. Get a couple of these capers, not too many, just chop them, get them in. Into my pan, and I'll add a bit of wine. Oh, beautiful. And my cream. Oh, lovely. And then to that, I'm going to add my paprika. And get the lid off. Catches me out every time. Bit of paprika. Some mustard, almonds, that mixed in, and a touch of cayenne just on the end of the spoon. We let that amalgamate, and then we'll put in our pheasant and we'll simmer that. So there's my sauce up to the simmer, and we will let that simmer for 5 minutes or so until it gets nice, unctuous, thick, creamy and rich. We'll put our pheasant back in, add some lemon juice, get some parsley on it. Job's a good one. Right, so my sauce is going lovely there. It's been simmering for 5 minutes. So in with the brown pheasant and that liquid gold, that juice where it's relaxed. Give that a mix up. Chop some parsley in. I mean, you ain't got to be too fussy, a bit rustic. Like all my dishes, keeping it real. So, nice handful of parsley. The juice of half a lemon. Lovely. And we'll crank in some pepper. Nice bit of pepper. Some salt. Give that a stir up. Let it warm through. And we'll serve up that dish then. What more could you ask? It doesn't get simpler. Lovely. Just gently warming that through now. I've checked it for seasoning. It's fantastic. Right, that's done. Take it off the heat. Serve it up. Put it on a plate. I mean, this 2 breasts easily to serve 2 people. I'm just going to all whack it on the plate so you can have a look. That lovely sauce. I mean, you could serve this with some rice, plain steamed rice, or just like this, nice crusty bread. There you have it. I'm going to give it a go. I know some people, they say, why do you keep eating it? Well, I cooked it. Why not? It's fantastic. Let's have a go. Tender. Fantastic that is. Just want to show you how well that meat is cooked. Quick flash fry, and then we've simmered it. It's fantastic. Juicy, tender. The only dilemma with cooking this is you've opened up a bottle of wine. So I'll say thanks for watching. Fantastic. Have another bite. Please give that a go. Look out for part 3. Cheers. Game on.